The other comment that I would like to make, I know that last week, I'm not sure which day it was, this concerns the new airport redevelopment project. And I've noticed with great pains, and I say it respectfully with great pains, because the opposition leader has been on the news a number of times speaking about the airport project and speaking about the jobs that created and a number of other things. And let's just be clear, because I think that somehow or other, Mr. Cannoner and the One Bermuda Alliance and some of the other people in Bermuda will have you believe that, you know, we've always been against the airport project. We've always been against the cost of the new airport project. The cost that ACON, you know, and I heard Mr. Nacon in front of the cameras the other day, and the union has a philosophy, and basically it's a philosophy of if you start wrong, you're gonna end up wrong. This deal was all started out the wrong way, you know, because when you pretend to be somebody else, I can't pretend to be Ottawa Simmons, I'm Chris Furbert. So how do I now play off to leave my country and go away and say, you know what, I want to use your identity when I go away? So from day one, when they came to Bermuda in that early spring or whatever, it says, I want to go to Bermuda, and I need to be able to do certain things under the guise of being somebody else. So now, you know, because it looks like we're going to get a finished product, we should figure out about everything else that's going on. The way how they put this deal together. We can't forget about December 2nd, 2016, how people were pepper sprayed. We can't forget how they, this is my description, how in 2017, like thieves in the night, they got into the House of Assembly to pass this bill. And that's a fact, that's what they've done. And now you're trying to play it off like, oh, well, the PLP are like a bunch of hypocrites now because the minister was down there for the roof bed and whatever. Well, let's just rewind the clock back a little bit. Because my understanding was that the hospital project was started on the PLP government. It concluded under the OBA government. And I know that the shadow minister there, Bob Richards, had some issues about the PPP for the hospital project. But 2 years later, his government's down there with for the roof column or the opening ceremonies for the hospital. So we have to be very careful how, you know, we use this tongue-in-cheek thing that the premier was trying to play, that we got some you know, hypocrites going on around it, because who's more hypocritical than the opposition leader? Who? When we talk about Jetgate, when we talk about all the things that he was involved in as a former premier of this country. But people want to give him a pass, even the media. You all give him a pass. Nobody took him to task on what he was saying. Any comments? Anyway, you know what? To me, it is what it is. The government understands that, you know, could the minister handle the situation a bit? No, I can't speak for the minister. But certainly, I don't want people to forget what happened on December 2nd. I still don't want people to forget that we're still going to pay for the airport for the next 30 years. The government's revenue that are used over the next 30 years is still there. Those things have not changed. Even though we're going to get a new product that's finished now, we're still going to pay for it for the next 30 years, and that's lost revenue for the government, and we can't lose that. And no matter how Mr. Canada tries to downplay that, that's money that's going out of the government economy. It's going, and we're not getting it back.
Yeah, one more issue. I don't know if you could speak about it. Your trade union Congress fellow compadres, Bermuda Electrolyte Company, that a meeting we will be out today about the
Ascending Group?
Yeah. No. You can't speak about
No, me. No, sir. I'm the president of the BRU.
You say your trade union fellow colleague, but no problem. Believe it.
No, I think that, you know, travel to be fair, you know, give them a chance to do their business first before anybody else can make a comment about what needs to be said about what's transpiring. All I saw the news last night where the Ascending Group has decided that they're putting the company up for sale. That's all I know. I don't know anything more than that.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Sorry, if I could just get back to the airport for a second. So you had no problem with that front and center photo op then and the roof wedding ceremony with current government cabinet members? That didn't seem hypocritical to you at all? That was not problematic for you?
So does it become hypocritical because it's PLP? No, I'm asking the question.
I was asking you.
No, I'm bumping the question right back to you. Does it become hypocritical because it's PLP?
Well, because it was a project.
I'm sorry, but you won't get me to take it any further than that. We can't just be one party that's being hypocritical. It don't work that way. It works both ways, sir. Has to work both ways.
Right, but we're talking about the airport, which is what.
So they invited the minister. Should the minister not have went on there? Is that what everybody's saying? Should he not went on there?
I don't know whatever.
All right, fine. Well, why don't you go ask the minister, because I can't speak for the minister, and I'm not going to speak for the minister or any minister of the government. I'm not doing it.
Minister, I'm asking you to speak for you.
Speak for me?
Yeah,
About what?
about that photo op, and whether you thought it was at all hypocritical that members of the government that had been.
Well, let me just say this to you. Mr. Cannon has described it as being hypocritical, right? The people of this country decided on July 2017, that they wanted a change in government. They voted out the ABA government because of the way how they were behaving. They gave the PLP a clear mandate of 24-12 seats, since which they've got picked up extra seats. It's now 25-11. If that's not a clear mandate for the government to manage, and based on, I guess, what happened in December 2016, based on how the people protested against this airport project, understanding that the government has changed now. So I guess the government today is now going to decide exactly what they're going to do to make sure that they're making sure that the government. The minister saw fit to go down there to represent the government today. That was his call. That was his call. Whether that's hypocritical or not, that was his decision.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.